Welcome to another episode of Mukbang.
Want to get pieces?
Oh, I'd love to. I'm taking one, not as much.
My name is Nick.
My name's John.
I'm Jessica. I'm going to take some of the stuffing. And this is Neil.
Yeah, I'll take some stuffing.
And happy holidays!
Happy holidays. So we are eating our holiday dinner with you.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
We have some mashed potatoes with
Gravy.
Earth Balance.
Yes, Earth
Yeah.
Balance.
And we've got tofurkey turkey.
Which piece do you want?
And then we've got some gravy from a Gardein package of some sort. I don't remember which Gardein package it
One of our
was.
old. We didn't use all the turkey ones
From last year.
from last year, and we just kept it in the freezer.
You mean Thanksgiving?
So yeah,
We're not saucy
we've got
people.
a little bit of gravy here. We don't eat a lot of gravy actually, but for some reason, John decided he wanted to have gravy with this. So we had this in the freezer, and that's what we decided to eat.
Yep.
So I'll switch you. You take potatoes, I'll take the gravy. Watch my water. Watch my water. Watch my water.
I'm scraping out the filling and putting it in with my mashed potatoes, so that my filling and mashed potatoes get gravied.
Yep.
We did do. I don't know that the last time we did the tofurkey loaf, we did the basting process. We sort of did the basting process this time because, well, I was
Why
interested. Yeah, why not?
Well, we used the directions on the package actually. Do you want a little bit more gravy before I pass it to Dad?
No.
No.
I want some gravy.
We
Hold on.
used olive oil and soy sauce, right?
No, I'm gonna get a knife.
Yeah.
That's my four.
I know, but you're gonna want one too, so I need to go get another one.
Hi, everybody. Oh my god. You really have to go like a crazy boy?
Well, that's where Mom knows when
So
to start.
it was soy
Right,
sauce
that's it.
and olive oil, right?
Yes, it was soy sauce and olive oil.
Yep.
Is that good?
And I think the directions said to put some sage in it, but we didn't have any sage. Did you put anything else instead?
No, I did not.
Okay. I do like this stuffing. It's like a wild rice stuffing.
Yes.
So I do like this stuffing actually. And our puppy dogs want some. Do you want a knife, Nick, or are you good?
He's good.
Okay. Okay.
Just gonna...
So what we figured we'd talk about today, well, first of all, what I figured I'd say is, this is the last time you'll see us until New Year's. We're going to take a week off. The week of Christmas, we're going to be taking off. Honestly, what we normally do that week, or what we did last year during that week, and what we're going to do this year is we're going to try to get some filming done and some editing done.
What's that knife?
Right there.
A sharp one. Oh no.
We don't have a shot now.
Oh, okay.
So that we can get a little bit ahead on some videos, because I think we've said this many times, John and I both work full-time jobs. John and I both work full-time jobs, and sometimes trying to keep up with all the videos that we post on multiple channels just gets a little bit difficult to stay on top of if you don't get a little bit ahead every once in a while. And we're all off that week. John being a teacher, and the kids of course are out of school, and I took vacation that week from my job so that we're all off that week. So we're going to be filming some videos, we're going to be trying to edit some videos, get a little bit ahead, and we're just going to take a week off of uploading for next week. So we do hope you have a happy holidays, no matter what holiday you celebrate. We are in the midst of Hanukkah right now, so if you celebrate that, happy Hanukkah. Christmas is coming up, and I'm sure there's other holidays. The only reason why I know it's Hanukkah is because it's actually on our calendar that we have on our refrigerator. I noticed that. So we do hope that you have a happy holidays regardless of what holiday you celebrate with you and your family. So we do celebrate Christmas in our family. And what I figured we'd talk about today is some of our favorite Christmas memories. over our lives. Now, John and I have lived a lot longer than the boys have, but I'm hoping they have some favorite Christmas memories. Neil's older than Nick, and I'm even hopeful that Nick has some favorite Christmas memories to share with us today. But before we do that, I do want to just say one other thing. I want to say thank you to all of you guys out there. John is just absolutely amazed every time I tell him how many subscribers we have, and we are coming in on, we're actually getting close to pushing almost 900 subscribers now. About a year and a half, almost 2 years. March will be 2 years that we've been doing Omnis Vegan, and we are almost at 900 subscribers. So John's always so surprised that anybody wants to watch us.
Bam.
They come for you.
So I just want to say thank you to all of you who do come back and do watch us, even if you don't watch for the whole video. I think we've had a lot of good reactions to these mukbangs or mukbangs, and our What I Ate in a Days we added this year in 2017. We've had a good response to those 2 types of videos, as well as our taste test videos that we continue to post as well. We do love to read your comments. John does comments. He's usually anywhere up to about 2 or 3 weeks behind. Like I said, we do work full-time jobs, and dealing with 2 kids and everything else that goes on in our lives, you know, it just takes up time. So John does try to keep on top of the comments for this channel, at least within like a 2 or 3 week period, not too far behind. So we do enjoy reading your comments. We do appreciate all of your recommendations that you've given to us. One thing that what I really wanted to have for this meal was a vegan ham. And I know Tofurky has recently created a vegan ham. I looked for it. I couldn't find it. I looked even on like Vegan Essentials website, and it's sold out on Vegan Essentials. I did even put myself in alert so that I would get an alert when it came back in stock, but unfortunately it hasn't come back in stock yet. And
so wait another 365 days for that video. And
no, we might actually do a taste test on that, because I also, one of our commenters, I'm sorry, I can't remember who left the comment about this, but you said to check out Vegetarian Plus products, and they make a ham as well, a vegan ham. So if we can get our hands on the Vegetarian Plus ham and the Tofurky ham, I would love to do a taste test with that, actually.
Yeah, yeah. You've been after that ham for a while.
Well, I first started looking for it like 3 months ago.
Really? I thought you looked for it last year too.
I might have looked for it last year too, but we actually took a trip down to Whole Foods, which is like an hour and a half away from us, looking for the ham. Yes. And we can't find it.
We can't find it.
So if you guys have any ideas of where we can find the Tofurky ham or the Vegan Essentials ham, let us know, because we will look to see if we can find that and do a taste test on that.
Wednesday.
She's over here.
But I do want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you for all of you coming back and watching our channel, watching our videos, giving us feedback, interacting with each other. I mean, I just really appreciate all of you that choose to spend a little bit of time with us each week. So I definitely appreciate that.
Yes.
So I guess Neil's done. Neil, do you want to start with the conversation on what your favorite Christmas memories are?
Sure.
Did you want some of this?
No, I'm good. You should eat that stuffing.
I will eat that stuffing.
Stuffing is good.
Not a stuffing person. But we've gone over that.
I like this one because this is a rice stuffing.
We've gone over that multiple times. Favorite Christmas memory. I was hoping.
Well, you're talking about several. You don't have to have just one.
I know. I'm trying to think of one that really stood out. Because Christmas.
You eat your stuff.
I'm turning to that age where Christmas is not really. I'm in that middle ground where I don't enjoy Christmas as much as I used to. Because I'm not. I know.
Careful now.
I know. It's gonna.
Let's talk about our favorite Christmas memory, Neil. That'd be nice.
No, it's gonna seem a little off, and I may get a little bit of judgment for this. Back when I was like 4 or 5, I probably would say I enjoyed Christmas a lot more. More of location and where, because back then he was not around, And that's not why I enjoy it. It's more of the situation that was at hand. Because I feel like once we kind of moved to this location, I felt Christmas became more and more the same. I feel like where we used to live, it felt a lot more different each year. I don't know. I think setting and situation really played a part into how memorable it was. I may not remember a lot of those times, but just I think just in that sort of situation that where we were in, my perspective on the Christmases those years were kind of different than what they've been recently.
So Neil, I don't even understand what you're talking about. Where we were, where we been.
I mean house living. I mean setting wise.
You liked our old house better?
I feel like Christmas at the old house, at our old house, were, although I may not remember them as much, I think seemed a lot more unique and a lot more personal.
But why?
Because I think it's because of the house. That's the house I remember growing up in.
You only lived there till you were 4. Actually, you only lived there for 4 years.
I know. No.
Yeah. We moved here when you were 4. Right before your 5th birthday, actually.
I thought I was like 5th or 6th.
We moved to this house literally a week after your 5th birthday.
Yeah, even still, I may not have memories of the house, but or the Christmas that happened there. But I feel like as though I have more of an attachment to it because of, even though I lived there in the beginning of my life, at least when I was conscious, I could have. I think they at least lived in a different locale right when I was born. Am I correct on that?
Yes. When John and I first got married, we lived in a townhouse that we rented. And then we bought our first house when Neil was 1.
Okay.
And we lived there for 4 years. Because we lived in our townhouse for, I think, like 13 or 14 months. And then we bought our first house when you were 1. And then we bought this house right after your 5th birthday.
So I would say probably, even though I don't remember much of them, I'd probably say, if I could, or the minor details, I felt Christmas was more memorable at that house. But some of my favorite memories of Christmas are from probably the more, probably from more of a couple of years ago when I was more younger.
God.
Specifically because of, I just more of my, being young, I really enjoyed it a lot. I really enjoyed it, and I think more towards a couple years ago. Definitely since I wasn't working at that point, I definitely feel like it was much better Christmas time.
Okay.
It was definitely a much better Christmas time because I enjoyed it more with family. So definitely probably in the more recent, past years, probably not in the more recent ones where I've had to work or had some kind of
Buttercup, come here.
something holding me back from enjoying
it. One of the things I like about, or I remember about Christmas in when Jessica and I bought our first house was that we actually had a real fireplace. Actually, we had 2 real fireplaces.
Yeah. Food flying.
And
rice.
It was always nice to have that very traditional, or that idyllic fireplace scene where, obviously you don't want the Christmas tree too close to the fire, but you want it in the same room, and it was sort of this nice aesthetic in that there was a fire, and it was warm in the house, and it was wood that I had chopped or split, and there was the Christmas tree, and at that time it was just Neil and Jessica, and I definitely enjoyed the fireplaces always have a very good smell. I mean, Christmas trees have a nice smell, but as wood burns and crackles, I don't want to say it's worthy of an ASMR video, but it's worthy of an ASMR
Can you
video.
pass
For
me
me,
more mashed potatoes, please?
Yes, you may have more mashed potatoes.
for me, it's very much so. Here, buddy.
Tell you when to go.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah. I'll tell you when.
Okay, you'll tell me when. All right, cool. All right, and then probably one of my favorite Christmases at this house was, I guess, when we finally decided to break down. We're good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, there is no more gravy left. Sorry about
I know.
Okay, Neil, can you put this back down? Was probably, I don't know. It's probably when we decided that we were done. We were done with
Fake
the
trees.
fake tree. You know, as much as I complain about the real tree, all the pins or all the needles that fall down to the thing, the making sure that it gets here without falling off the car, the fact that Jessica can't live with a 7-foot tree, that everything has to be at least 8 foot, 9 foot.
What,
You know,
10 foot?
barely. You know, this tree that we bought for Christmas this year probably is okay in the stand that we have it in. Is it the best? Probably not. Will it survive?
Let's
Yes.
have to get a bigger stand.
Yeah, I know. I'll have to get a bigger stand. Me personally, I'm ready to move and not have the freaking ceiling as high as it is.
You know what we could do is we get a 2-story house and then have an entryway with like 16-foot ceilings. And then we could get a really big tree.
Yeah, we could do that.
We could.
And then you know, we can have somebody deliver it and set it up too if we're going that way. We don't need old John to do that stuff. Leave old John out of that. Just make sure we've got a real fireplace to burn the sucker in, because
We have a fire pit in the backyard.
we do have a fire pit in the backyard. Anyhow, those are 2 Christmases that stick out in my mind. I will say though, I think the first time I remember there's always that stage when you're like 10 years old and you're, you know, Christmas gifts are not. Christmas for me sort of changed probably around 7 or 8, and then it didn't come back again till I met Jessica, who surprised me on Christmas, our first Christmas together, with a PlayStation. Well, when did I get the PlayStation? Was that Valentine's Day?
Yes, you got a PlayStation on Valentine's Day.
That was Valentine's Day. Here I was thinking it was Christmas. What did I get for Christmas?
We're gonna save it for Valentine's Day.
We can talk about that later.
Oh.
I got you underwear.
Oh, that's right. You did get me underwear.
Because I got you the same pair of underwear that someone else had gotten you before.
I remember.
Your sister had gotten you Christmas. I got him Christmas boxers. And his sister had bought him the exact same Christmas boxers before. They weren't like lovey-dovey or anything. They were just a goofy,
comical.
Yeah. And his
Yes.
sister had bought him the exact same boxers before.
Yes, apparently I'm due for comical Christmas gifts. If you can't tell, I'm into the comedy. So, Nick, can you tell us some of your favorite Christmas gifts or favorite Christmas events?
Favorite Christmas gifts?
Yeah, what's your favorite Christmas gift?
I was willing to, for this year of my first day of year for Nintendo Switch.
Oh, you won a Nintendo Switch this year for Christmas?
Yeah. You know, I don't even saw this almost for like a year or 2, for the most.
Nick, it hasn't been out for a year.
Yeah. Do you remember any other Christmas gifts that you got when you were a kid?
For Nintendo Switch?
Before.
I remember what you got last year for Christmas. Do you remember what you got last year for Christmas?
Nerf gun.
You probably got some Nerf guns, but I'm thinking more of the thing that you walk around the house with all the time.
Walk a house? A tablet?
Yeah, you got a tablet.
Mwah.
So, but do you remember opening that up on Christmas Day? Or not so much?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, tell me what color it was wrapped in. Huh? What color was it wrapped in? Huh?
It was white
So,
or red. It was one of those.
all done Wednesday. I will say
Or
I have a lot of really nice Christmas memories.
about your family, your food.
When one of my favorite Christmas memories was the first year that John and I met. He took me to Christmas service with him. It was the midnight service, right?
Yes.
And at the church he grew up in, the midnight service is all, or mostly, Christmas carols.
Yes, pretty much.
And I remember sitting there on the bench with my boyfriend at the time, because we weren't even engaged yet. We didn't get engaged till a couple months later.
We weren't alive.
And what is now my sister-in-law. And my sister-in-law and my husband belting out Christmas carols at the top of their lungs.
Yes.
As loud as they could.
Yes, as loud as we could.
Just
We go
going
hard.
at it.
Go hard or go home on Christmas.
And
even to this day, we still do it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still do it.
Wait, you remember that, Neil?
It
That's a
was
Christmas
just,
memory? Sorry, go ahead.
it was just neat. You know, I remember as a kid, my Girl Scout group, I mean, it wasn't on Christmas itself, but my Girl Scout troop went caroling in my leader's neighborhood. I remember that being a really good time. I remember being a kid, and I had 5 siblings. Wednesday, please stop. I had 5 siblings as a kid, so there were 6 of us. And I remember standing at the top of the stairs. My parents' house, there's a staircase in the middle of the house, and the bedrooms are all around it, and then you go down the stairs, and right in front of you is a huge living room. And I remember standing sitting at the top of the stairs with my siblings because my dad wanted to make sure that the camcorder was set up so that he could record it. And I remember then being able to come down the stairs, and then we would get told, you know, which pile of gifts was our gifts. And we would sit there and we'd look into the gifts and we'd try to figure out which one we wanted to open first. And we would all sit there, we'd have one present on our laps, and we would have to wait for like my mom to come downstairs because she was usually one of the first people up in the morning. But she would come down and eat breakfast, and then she would go back upstairs and she would get showered and dressed and all that stuff. So then, of course, the direction of the camera would have to change, so we'd have to wait for my dad to change the camera angle. And I remember the anticipation of just sitting there with the present in my lap, and I wanted to open it so badly. And like, why are you laughing?
Because that's...
And I can remember my dad sitting there, you know, setting up the camera to make sure he got all of us kids in the picture. And
Wait, I was in there?
no, when I was a kid, babe.
Okay.
And we would sit there and we'd be looking at him, and then all of a sudden he'd be like, okay, go. And paper would just fly all over the room. You figure with 6 kids, you know, we were just paper and paper and paper. And my grandparents always came over. My dad's parents always came over on Christmas Eve. They would come to our house on Christmas Eve and spend until like midday Christmas Day. And then they would drive to my uncle's house and spend Christmas evening with my uncle, because my dad just has the one brother. And so they would spend, you know, Christmas Eve into Christmas Day with us, and then Christmas evening, you know, and on with my uncle and his kids and wife and stuff. But that is such, I mean, I can remember it. And my sister and my brother, they still have the videos. They transfer the videos over to DVDs, and they do watch them. My younger brother, Sean, who you've seen on here, he loves watching those old Christmas videos. He does it all the time. Not all the time, but he does it at least a couple of times a year. He'll dig out some of those videos and watch them. And, you know, I just, there's a lot of things that I
Enjoy.
I remember from Christmas, and I have a lot of fond memories of Christmas. We do every year go on light tours. Still, we do this. Where we will all get in the car and we will just drive around and look for Christmas lights.
And who does that?
We do.
Okay, well, who says let's go?
And we'll sit there and we'll try to spot the lights first. And there are certain areas in our town that we know have bigger Christmas displays.
Huge.
You know,
Very large.
That the whole house will be covered. And, you know, we'll seek those out. And I remember when we used to live in our old house that Neil was talking about, there was one neighborhood, which was like the rich neighborhood, that we would, and it was like up on a mountain. And I think the neighborhood's actually called Mountain View, maybe? I don't know. But it was up, like, it was a hill, like a hill. It's not a mountain, but a hill. And the neighborhood, like curved up and around and up to the top of the hill. And we always drove through that neighborhood because we knew that there were some houses up at the top. And like I said, it was the rich neighborhood. And they always had quite large Christmas displays and lights and so forth. And, yeah. That's still a favorite, and Nikki and I will have the lights fight where we'll see who can see the lights first, and we'll go, lights on the right, lights on the left. So that's fun, right?
Yeah, the light. She light champion.
I really enjoy seeing my children open their presents on Christmas morning.
Me.
And seeing how much they appreciate it. I really enjoy the fact that Santa always brings our kids socks and underwear. I love that. I think that's hilarious.
How's that hilarious? It would be hilarious if you got socks and underwear.
So now you know why it's so funny when you get socks and underwear.
Chet and Jessica normally runs the camera, or at least part of the time.
Part of the time.
We make sure that the children still have to, some of the children still have to wait. Children have to wait, take turns, so we can film each present being opened.
They don't really take turns.
They don't.
Nah.
But now we have the ability that we, you know, like Neil was saying, that in our old house we didn't really host anybody. And we didn't. When we lived in our old house, our house was very small.
Small for tiny people.
Eating off the plate.
I think our house was actually smaller than our townhouse because we were buying it versus renting.
Yeah.
And we could not have fit either one of our family. Well, actually at that time Neil was the only grandchild.
Yeah.
And then my one sister has a couple of kids that are like a year, 2 years, 3 years younger than Neil. And then on John's side of the family, the closest children is 3 years younger than Neil. So for 3 years, Neil was the only grandchild on John's side. But now, because we do have a little bit larger of a house, we can fit the families in the house. So we usually will host John's family on Christmas Eve and then my family on Christmas Day. They'll come in and we'll cook meals for both 2 days back to back.
It's very intense.
It is. But it means that, like, that's the only time of year we really host the families. So it's nice to have them over when the house is decorated and all that.
Stop Wednesday.
Wednesday, that's it. There's no more food.
There is.
Yeah, I don't really think they need to have any potatoes. But, so whereas Neil might think it's a little bit more hectic at Christmas, I do enjoy being able to have the capability to host my family, host John's family. And have them come over and spend some time with us and enjoy the holiday with us. And it gives our parents a little bit of a break. Like when Neil was young, we would go to my family, my parents, then we would go to John's parents and they would host us. Whereas now that we're a little older and the grandchildren are a little bit older, we have the capability to host them. But I have a lot of very fond memories of Christmas. Some really... I mean, it really is a lot of what you make of it. And, I don't know.
We're gonna be done.
Your memories are your own, and whether they're good or bad, I guess, is up to you. But I choose to have fond memories. There's been some Christmases that really weren't so good. I remember very vividly when I was about 12 years old or so, somewhere in that range. Yes, honey, come on up. Come on. Having a stomach flu on Christmas Day. I had the stomach flu. That was not a very fun Christmas to remember. There have been a couple times as an adult that Christmas has not been good.
You do have a habit of being sick on Christmas.
Every once in a while. Every couple years I get pretty sick on Christmas.
I don't
So,
know if I get sick or not.
You have not gotten sick on Christmas.
knock on wood here.
No, knock on wood.
But,
0.
anyhow, does anybody have any other fond Christmas memories you want to talk about?
Nope.
I think we're all done, babe.
Alright. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please hit the red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the little bell to notify you when we do upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below as well. Do you wish little Wednesday here Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Do you have any fun Christmas memories you'd like to share?
And I'll be honest with you, if we had smell-o-vision, you could smell our Christmas tree. 'Cause-
We just brought our Christmas tree home today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Looks like
very
a-
fragrant.
Very fragrant.
Anyhow,
Pretty
we do
big.
hope you enjoyed this video. We hope you have a very happy holiday season, regardless of whatever holiday it is you celebrate. And we will see you in the new year. Bye.
Bye.